We bring that thunder every thunder. We bring that thunder every thunder. We bring that thunder every thunder. We bring that thunder. We bring that thunder, thunder.
Yes, sir. Yeah. You know what time it is. Crooked Line Racing Thursday night thunder. Redline Racing Network live at 9. Engines hot, the vibes right. Let's ride. Start your engines, hear that scream. Crooked Line fam, we built this dream. From the drop to the line, we push that pace. Ain't no chill when we in that race. Daytona was fire, Dobbs in flight. 3 wide finish, crowd ignite. 37 deep, 14 swaps. One mistake, that crown gets dropped. Now it's Richmond, sun so bright. Short track grind, we bring that fight. Daytime shine, but the heat feel mean. Crooked Line style, the machine so clean. No fear, no chill, no lift in sight. Pedal down heavy, that's life, that's right. Heavy move tight, every line precise. Crooked Line thunder, roll them die. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Crooked Line Racing, that vibe just right. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Redline Racing Network, take flight. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Crooked Line Racing, that vibe just right. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Redline Racing Network, take flight. From the pit to the stripe, we locked in tight. Every inch earned in that midday light. Richmond ready, they scratch, they claw. Wheel to wheel, we break that law. Smoke off tires, grip so thin. Only one goal, that check could win. You can feel that beat, that sound, that roar. Once it drops green, we settle no scores. That rush, that speed, that sound we crave. Crooked Line thunder, born to break. Every week we climb that height. Now hit that hook, let's light that night. Let's light that night. Now hit that hook, let's light that night. Let's light that night. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Crooked Line Racing, that vibe just right. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Redline Racing Network, take flight. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Crooked Line Racing, that vibe just right. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Redline Racing Network, take flight. You feel that rumble? That's not just sound. That's Crooked Line thunder, baby. Redline Racing Network, living loud every Thursday night.
We bring that thunder every thunder. We bring that thunder every thunder. We bring that thunder every thunder. We bring that thunder. We bring that thunder.
Yes, sir. Yeah. You know what time it is. Crooked Line Racing Thursday night thunder. Redline Racing Network live at 9. Engines hot, the vibes right. Let's ride. Start your engines, hear that scream. Crooked Line fam, we built this dream. From the drop to the line, we push that pace. Ain't no chill when we in that race. Daytona was fire, Dobbs in flight. 3 wide finish, crowd ignite. 37 deep, 14 swaps. One mistake, that crown gets dropped. Now it's Richmond, sun so bright. Short track grind, we bring that fight. Daytime shine, but the heat feel mean. Crooked Line style, the machine so clean. No fear, no chill, no lift in sight. Pedal down heavy, that's life, that's right. Heavy move tight, every line precise. Crooked Line thunder, roll them die. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Crooked Line Racing, that vibe just right. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Redline Racing Network, take flight. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Crooked Line Racing, that vibe just right. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Redline Racing Network, take flight. From the pit to the stripe, we locked in tight. Every inch earned in that midday light. Richmond ready, they scratch, they claw. Wheel to wheel, we break that law. Smoke off tires, grip so thin. Only one goal, that check could win. You can feel that beat, that sound, that roar. Once it drops green, we settle no scores. That rush, that speed, that sound we crave. Crooked Line thunder, born to break. Every week we climb that height. Now hit that hook, let's light that night. Let's light that night. Now hit that hook, let's light that night. Let's light that night. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Crooked Line Racing, that vibe just right. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Redline Racing Network, take flight. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Crooked Line Racing, that vibe just right. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Redline Racing Network, take flight. You feel that rumble? That's not just sound. That's Crooked Line thunder, baby. Redline Racing Network, living loud every Thursday night. Line Racing Thursday night thunder. Redline Racing Network, live at 9. Engines hot, the vibes right. Let's ride. Start your engines, hear that scream. Crooked Line fam, we built this dream. From the drop to the line, we push that pace. Ain't no chill when we in that race. Daytona was fire, Dobbs in flight. 3 wide finish, crowd ignite. 37 deep, 14 swaps. One mistake, that crown gets dropped. Now it's Richmond, sun so bright. Short track grind, we bring that fight. Daytime shine, but the heat feel mean. Crooked Line style, the machine so clean. No fear, no chill, no lift in sight. Pedal down heavy, that's life, that's right. Heavy move tight, every line precise. Crooked Line thunder, roll them die. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Crooked Line Racing, that vibe just right. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Redline Racing Network, take flight. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Crooked Line Racing, that vibe just right. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Redline Racing Network, take flight. From the pit to the stripe, we locked in tight. Every inch earned in that midday light. Richmond ready, they scratch, they claw. Wheel to wheel, we break that law. Smoke off tires, grip so thin. Only one goal, that check could win. You can feel that beat, that sound, that roar. Once it drops green, we settle no score. It's that rush, that speed, that sound we crave. Crooked Line thunder, born to break. Every week we climb that height. Now hit that hook, let's light that night. Let's light that night. Now hit that hook, let's light that night. Let's light that night. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Crooked Line Racing, that vibe just right. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Redline Racing Network, take flight. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Crooked Line Racing, that vibe just right. We bring that thunder every Thursday night. That's right. Redline Racing Network, take flight. You feel that rumble? That's not just sound. That's Crooked Line thunder, baby. Redline Racing Network, living loud every Thursday night.
Welcome in, everybody, to Thursday Night Thunder. We are here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, also known as Echo Park Motor Speedway. Getting ready to hop into some qualifying, hoping to see some good action tonight. So let's take a look at our race info for tonight. We're going to have 77-degree temps with the track temperature of 78, 41% humidity. We got about 100 laps tonight. They got about 60% fuel and only 3 sets of tires. So it should make for some interesting racing here as we're getting ready to load into qualifying. We've got about a minute left of practice here. Alan Dobbs with the fastest time of practice so far. What a shocker is he's typically near the front in most of these things here, especially like qualifying wise and all that. But I think I'm gonna have my eye on Johnson tonight. Steve Johnson in that one truck here. Just a reminder, this is the Redline Racing Network. We'll take a few moments to look at a couple people during practice here as we're getting ready to qualify. So we've got Steve Johnson here, Brian Zimmerman at number 28. Kyle Wellman at number 42. Ronnie Morton in that 69. William McKellar, 13. Larry Barrel in the 43. Be a very interesting race tonight, as this is kind of like a mini super speedway, and a lot of these drivers can get loose, you know, mid corner here compared to like Daytona and Talladega, where they still carry the high speeds, but a little bit less grip, especially after the repave. Alrighty. See who goes out on the truck or on the track first. Looks it's gonna be Ronnie Moore. Gonna be going around getting his warm up lap here as we're starting off qualifying. Also have William McKellar and Shummy Miller track as well. A lot of nice, beautiful paint schemes tonight. We'll try to take a moment to go through some of them before we start off the race here. Miller first lap's going to be a 31.73. We'll have to see if anyone's able to take over that here. Taylor's going to put a 31.99 on the board, good for P2, but Honeycutt going to overtake him. Raymond in the 49 truck getting up to the pole with a 31.71. McKellar, Wellman in the 42 going to be taking over a pole position at 31.45. Oh, Wellman. Steve Johnson's going to be taking over second. Keller holding strong in third. Going to run on board with the 87 here, see how he does. Able to improve up to 5th place with a 31.52. Alright, let's get on board with Nicholas here. Number 60. He's able to improve. Get up here to the pole. It appears he is running an iRacing safety car paint scheme. I like that quite a bit. That's an interesting paint scheme. Right on board with Jamin here in the number 12 Chevy. And he was able to improve his time a little bit, but not able to gain any positions off of that. Top home on a DJ Shakin' Daniel in the number 96. Comes around for his second lap here. Robridge getting up into second place. Let's see if DJ's able to improve here. That puts DJ in P3. Up on board with Christian here in the number 50. There's only 3 seconds left in qualifying, so unfortunately I don't think he's going to be able to get in a second lap here. Alrighty. Kyle Wellman with the pole. Tim Tobridge is going to be starting P2. DJ Daniel P3. Steve Johnson P4. We got William McKellar P5. Brian Zimmerman is going to be P6. Holt Curry in P7. Alan Dobbs is going to be starting P8. Ron Morrison P9. Tanner Moore in 10. Nicholas Moody in P11. Tom is going to be P. James Honeycutt P13. Jason Raymond in P14. Thomas Stevens is going to be 15th, followed by Larry Bell in 16th. Tommy Miller in 17th. Jamin Bernhardt in 18th. Scotty Stevens in 19th. And Chris is going to round out your top 20. Got Christian 21st. Hunter in 2nd. Kevin Winker in 23rd. Daniel 4th. Matt Metler in 25th. And Bailey Braun in 26th. How's it going, Mr. Metler? I see you hopped in the booth with me.
How about that lap by the driver out of 5 Kicks, Kyle Wellman, on the pole? That's a freaking blistering lap by him.
Yeah, he definitely got himself put up there in a pretty good spot with a 31.452. But I mean, Tim Trowbridge wasn't too far behind him, only about 5 thousandths. A lot
Yeah,
of these
this
drivers
field is really set tight with the timing. And I'll tell you what, I've had a heck of an evening. Get called into work, go to work. They get a relief guy, and I fly home, and I barely get into the session by the squeak of a fraction of an inch. So you know what? You're up in the booth. You're vibing right now. We got you set up for a single. I'm going to go out there on the racetrack, and I'm going to be your in-race reporter while you do your thing.
Alrighty, buddy. I'm just not a bad thing to have you around, just in case I have a few questions. You never know. Alrighty, as we're gonna be getting ready to go green here. Hopefully we're in for a hell of a show. As this, it's like a mini Daytona, just a little looser, as we'll call it.
Yeah, that's the one thing with this track. It's, it's a hybrid. It's part, cookie cutter. The other part of it has the soul of a super speedway. And these tires become a factor in this race. And you got to remember that as a driver. You have to keep that in mind as you get, 25 to 30 laps on these Dr. Feelgoods. And if you don't, it could spark the big one.
Oh yeah, just any slight wrong push or anything, especially when these tires get a little older, and you'll just lose it. But I believe the pace truck's going to be going in this time, and we should be going green as we're on board to 42 here for the restart. All right, into the restart zone this time. The 42 of Kyle Wayman's going to be our leader.
Green flag, green flag.
And they're green, green, green as both lines get a pretty good restart here. 74 is going to hold strong on the outside as they're going into turn 1 this time. But the inside line also getting a good restart there. Is going to have the preferred line going into turn 1 and 2, but the 74 is going to have a better drive off. Third and fourth to DJ and Stevens is getting right up on the back bumper here as they're going to be pushing really hard going into 3 and 4. The 74 Kyle Wellman seeming to have a little bit of an edge, but not quite able to get around him. Sorry. My bad. That'd be the 42 Kyle Wellman. Holding strong on the inside. 74 is going to lead that lap, though, as the outside line here has just so much more momentum coming off at the corners. He's not quite able to clear the 42 of Kyle Wellman, though. Oh, as we have the 13 dropping out of line, possibly looking to go to the back of the field here. And look at DJ and Steven in that third and fourth spot, giving such a good push to our leaders here, as Kyle Wellman's going to be able to get back into the lead, and DJ is almost clear of that high side. Might have been looking to go up, but decided not to. And the outside line's going to be fighting back here as we're going into 1 and 2. Give me one moment as I'm trying to Mr. Mettler, are you still there? That's perfectly fine. Get it figured out. I'm not quite sure why we're not seeing our lap count at the moment, but Kyle Willman continues to lead, and the outside line is starting to deform as DJ slid up into second. We got Colt in that third place spot in that 87 truck, but the 69er Ronnie is still holding strong on that outside, just not quite the help he needs at the moment. There we go, got it fixed as we're on lap 6 of 100. That one truck looking to go to the outside for a moment and dropping back down, possibly trying to see if he can get a better run off of the corner to get up to the bumper of the 69 of Ronnie. As Kyle and DJ are doing such a good job on the bottom, working together. DJ possibly looking to go to the outside as he's kind of sliding up a little bit, but chooses to stay down on the bottom. Go back here, see. That 87 truck, Slim Jim Toyota. These drivers are kind of just double file and chilling at the moment. No one's really pushing too hard to try to get a huge advantage on anyone here, but it is pretty hard to pull away at a track like this, as it is still, you know, a high draft dependent track. But a couple of these drivers are making their way up through the field at the moment and looking pretty good at the, as we're on lap 8 with no cautions so far. And the battle's starting to heat up for our lead as the 69 and the 1 are able to get a good push on the outside that time, but they're falling back. But they should come back here on the exit of turn 4 as they're going through the quad oval here. That outside line just needs to get a little closer on the bumper and try to stay together the best they can to try to get a good run up to the inside here. As the 42 of Kyle Wellman and the 96 of DJ, along with that 87, are just doing such a good job pushing each other on the bottom and leaving enough room to not get each other loose. That it's just really hard. We've seen a little wiggle there out of DJ, actually. Matter of fact, how about we go on board DJ at the moment and watch how he's pushing. See, he's leaving a little bit of gap in the corner left to not get the leader loose here, but once he comes to the straightaways, I got a feeling he's going to be all over his back bumper as we see here. Which is a very smart thing to do, as it, like, you know, once the tires start to get worn out, these trucks will definitely get very loose as the slightest bump into the corners. The outside line is still trying to fight back to get up here to the lead. The one truck is giving the 69 a big push, but unfortunately got out of line for a moment, so they lost a little momentum. But they'll get it back here 1 and 2 as they come off of the exit, hopefully. Still some good side-by-side racing all throughout the field here at the moment. At 96 is all over the back bumper of the 42, giving them one hell of a push coming down the front straightaway. As we're going to be coming to lap 14 this next time by. I mean, it's still really early in this race, and these drivers have plenty of time to make up positions and stuff. But we're starting to see a little bit of some aggressive pushing, and oh, we got someone up in the wall. It's going to be the 69. And no caution at the moment, which is Gonna be unfortunate for him as he's got a lot of wheel damage to the front end. All right, let's get on back on board with Kyle Wellman, our leader. And that outside line after that incident has fallen back quite a bit. Will they be able to get back up there towards the front and try to get around these drivers? As the inside line is just working so well together at the moment. Give a shout out to Hunter in this 27 truck as he is up 16 spots at the moment. Alan Dobbs is up 3 spots. DJ Daniels only moved up about 1. And Kyle Wellman started on the pole and is still leading the race. And that inside line is pushing very hard right now as they're getting on top of Squirrely coming out of 2 and going into 3. I also want to take a moment to go ahead and shout out the Winker Nation fans in the chat as they're always here and we appreciate them. Speaking of Winker, let's go check and see how he's doing here. He is currently up 11 positions sitting in P12. Just kind of cruising at the moment. Feeling at the back of this, waiting for something to happen. Which isn't necessarily a bad strategy. As we are going to be taking lap 17 this time of 100. And it's still a good battle up here for the lead, even after that incident. You know, the outside line was able to get back up here, and they're currently side by side. Steve Johnson with Kyle Wellman. These guys are doing a hell of a job pushing these leaders at the moment. Ooh, as we see someone making a slight contact with the wall. I believe that was the 12? Yeah, that is the 12 truck. Jamin got very lucky there. He did not get any damage. As that outside line is starting to look like it's going to prevail here. But that inside line has just been working together so good this entire race so far that it's making it hard for them to get around and clear. The one track had a slight moment. He was clear there on the backstretch, but wasn't able to get down in front of our leader, Kyle Wellman. Oh, we got a big wreck coming out of 4. Looks like there's not going to be a caution for that. That is very unfortunate for those 2 drivers as we're going to hop back on with our leader up here. Actually, we're going to take a moment and go back and see what happened. And that is not the view I wanted, but rewind here. See if we can get a little bit of a better view of that. Hop on board with the 27 of Hunter here. And that looked like a little bit of netcode, actually. Rewind it one more time. Slow it down here. Yeah, it looked like just some unfortunate netcode as the 96 came up and had a little bit of radio connectivity issue, causing the 1 and the 27 to get into the wall there. But sometimes these things happen. As we're going to hop back to the live coverage here, the 42 still in the lead. The 96 of DJ Daniel is going to be in second place, followed by that 87 of Colt, and Alan Dobbs will be in fourth. As some unfortunate luck for a couple of these drivers, but no caution, and we are still green on lap 22 as Alan Dobbs is going to drop to the outside and fall to 5th place. Didn't have enough time to get back in that little gap there.
How about Megatron, man? He's up 14 spots already, cracked the top 10. Ooh, Dobbs there almost gets wicked with Wellman, or excuse me, the 32. They get it evened out there, and I'll tell you what, my short time out there on the racetrack.
Oh, Dobbs is around.
Oh, what a save by Dobbs!
Caution,
Oh
yellow
no,
flag.
he goes helicopter mode. Dobbs in it.
Oh, let's go back and get a view of that real quick.
Holy good Lord Jesus.
I'm trying to get a view of it here. So much going on, I can't click on it. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see what happened here. Ooh, looks like Dobbs just came down, got into the 32 momentarily, and unfortunately, Dobbs was able to save it, but the 32 was not, and came back up and collected the 8. That is very unfortunate for these drivers, as they're going to have to go to pit road, and we're going to hop back on live with our leader at the moment, Kyle Wellman, and see what kind of pit strategies we could see here. So, Matt, while I got you in the booth, how was your race going, bud?
It's like anything. When you rush it and you don't prepare, it was not right. So just put it down pit road versus go out there and ruin someone's day.
I know that is, it happens sometimes, man. Especially whenever you think you got to do one thing, then you're in a rush to get back home, and just unfortunate timing of events.
I was planning on broadcasting a race with you, then work calls, so I haul, my little hiney over there, take care of that. They finally get a relief DJ, and I get in the door about what 8:59.
Yeah,
so
they
I
couldn't have
figured,
told
hey,
you
we'll try to
sooner.
throw a truck out there on the racetrack, but didn't work out that way. And lo and behold, as soon as I bring it down pit road, there's a caution out there on the racetrack. Unfortunately, it's a couple of the strong runners here so far in this early season. Tom was in that one, Alan Dobbs. Big things happening here early in this one.
Bold strategy by Kyle Wellman and Chris to stay out here. You think they want to come down and get the, fresher tires, but apparently they feel comfortable with what they have, as they're going to stay out here and take over first and second position. And, I don't mind having you up in the booth. I feel like I'm struggling just a little bit, which is, part of the learner process.
You're doing great. For your first time at the controls, flying solo, full speed ahead, my man.
Yeah, guys, if y'all ever decide you want to hop in and try to do this, it's not necessarily hard, but it is not necessarily easy either. So
there's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of different pieces of software you have to engage with. I'll tell you what, there's no harder job in iRacing than race control. Broadcasting is a very, very close second, but the guys that do RC like Tom, I have a ton of respect for them. Is that iRacing.com pace truck leads the way here at Echo Park, or the old Atlanta. Kyle Wellman at the helm in the 42 machine, started on the pole, currently resides there. And how about Megatron? The master of everyone's iRacing disaster at times this season. He has set it off, in the words of Little Boozy, a few times in the couple races, but not tonight. He is prime time. Up 18 spots to the good. I see you there in second. Honeycutt in third. That's going to be your top three. Before we go back to green flag racing here, Dakota, that incident between, I think it was the 32, the 35, what happened there?
the 32 and the 35?
That big, the big ordeal on the racetrack.
Alan tried to come down the track just a little bit. It looked like he made contact with, I believe, the 32 of Tom, and Alan got it kind of back straight, but unfortunately 32 wasn't able to get it back straight, came back up the track, and they collected the 8, which would be Chummy Miller in it as well. And it's just unfortunate for them, as they were running pretty good.
I'll tell you what, no one takes a race truck to the face like Chummy Miller so far this season. And I hate to say that he's on my team, but that man cannot catch a break. But I appreciate him out there fighting the good fight. As those lights are out on that pace car, which means we're going to get ready to go back to the boogie. Dakota, this is your show. Take it away, my friend.
By all means, I will. I do want to point out that Bailey in the 16 truck is up 22 spots, sitting in P4 as well as Megatron up there. All right. Pace truck should be going in this time by, as long as we don't have any issues. And the 42 is going to be leading us to the restart zone of Kyle Wellman. Oh, as we should be going green flag. And the inside line with a wonderful jump. Second and third place is going to be side by side, but the 42 of Kyle Wellman getting a great jump going into one. But unfortunately, this is a draft track, so everyone's going to sucker right back up to him. And that inside line is looking very good, as DJ Kevin Winker and James Honeycutt is going to be able to get by. We have a slight issue as the 76 of Honeycutt is going to be dropping back a few spots and unable to get back up on the track as he's still stuck on the apron. That allowed
he's gonna hemorrhage a ton of positions there. He just gets sent down to the flatlands and finally gonna rejoin Tail and Charlie here, all the way back in that 19th place position.
Yeah, and that allowed for the outside line to get a better running and try to get caught up to our leaders here. But the inside line's just been working so well together tonight. A lot of these high drive tracks, that outside line typically carries a lot of momentum off the corners, but they're just not able to get it to work as they want to, as they cannot stay connected in the center of the corners as it gets the trucks loose. And we see Kevin Winker jumping to the outside in the 97 there, and possibly going to take over the lead. Because he just got a wonderful push from the 3 truck.
Well, Winker has done everything but win a race so far this season. I think he's the most consistent driver, so far as of tonight throughout the course of the races that we've completed so far this, this time around, so to say. The only thing he hasn't done is check the box off in the win column. I believe he has a top 10 in every single race or better. He's just looking now to punch his ticket into victory lane, and right now, he's in the right place, but can he be there at the right time as he gets a big-time shove off the nose of Kyle Wellman in the 42? He's looking like he's going to be one of the ones to watch here tonight, Dakota. Oh, right behind him! And just as I was talking about the 3 machine, he is full-blown which way but Sunday.
Yeah, I was just caught the end of that wreck right there as we were trying to talk about that. All right, let's hop on board and see if we can catch what happened here. We're going to slow it down just a little bit. It appears the 3 truck was... the 2 truck came up a little bit, and I think he might have thought he was clear, and unfortunately he wasn't, and it's going to spin the 3 around here. Let's see if I can pause this for a second or get a better view.
Other than the face of that Chevrolet for Megatron, that's got a serious case of pug face right now, it's not looking that bad.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of drivers able to avoid that incident there. And the 43 smartly just got off the track to avoid getting hit again there.
Larry Bell has been used and abused a lot so far this young season, so I don't blame him for getting off the racetrack. He's had enough of it.
Yeah, but that was a pretty smart move there as he was about to get, drove straight into the door there, and luckily he was able to get off the track in time to avoid it. As I believe most of our leaders are going to be coming down pits here, except for the 16 who's opting to stay out at the moment. 16
big
staying
time
out.
Strategy play.
13 of Williams going to be staying out. Looks like Nicholas Moody is going to be staying out, try to get up here towards the front of this field, as they're probably seeing some of the issues going on mid-pack to the back of the pack, and they're thinking maybe I should be up in the front. That way I don't have to worry about getting damaged or taken out of this race too early.
Well, you certainly do. Minimizes your chances for a catastrophic ending to your race by being up front. You're not invincible. It's not an immunity, but it is a lower risk. Now, the only problem is, how do these Dr. Feelgoods stack up against everyone from Winker Nation on back? Because I can guarantee you they just took 4 hot ones and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing Fuel as they now come off of pit road and get ready to file in behind those 3 lone trucks that stayed out on the racetrack. I like the strategy call, and I also think the weather is playing to their benefit right now. We're not under that hot Atlanta sun. It's not baking the track temperature. It's calm and cool out there right now, and I think that does play to their favor in this situation.
Yeah, but sometimes a cold track can be a slick track as well. With this being a fresh pave, that could be the case. That might be why some of these drivers are getting a little loose. It's kind of easy in the corners. But I would like to point out, Nicholas Moody here, if he gets to the lead, is everyone required to stay behind him? Because he is in a safety truck. Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
That's one of the Easter eggs with iRacing, I guess, right? You can go play inside the pace truck, pace car, whatever you shall please if you're the leader or up there, when the caution things happen.
Hey, I mean, I was told you got to stay behind the safety truck until it pulls off the track. So, I mean, if he's in first, you can't pass him. I mean, that should be the logic.
He did do a pretty good job. I'll give him that.
Yeah, that thing looks pretty good. I mean, I could see him coming out for cautions and being the actual pace truck. Anyways, you want to do the call
tire
this time?
spin potentially is going to be a problem here? That's something these drivers are thinking about right now, or
You said tires?
I know the tires. Do you think
I
we're going to see
mean-
some tire spinach here?
Possibly with these slightly older tires. I don't think we got too awful many laps on them. I think about 20. Because they did pit last caution, these front runners, I believe. So they might
came
have
down
a
on
little
lap
bit of spin.
24.
I don't think they'll have too much. They could be
I'm just
hoping for
curious
another
to
quick
see if-
caution here as well.
Yeah, the tire deficit isn't as bad as I thought it was initially. However, I mean, there's about a 24 lap offset here. Not horrible, not where you want to be though either, as those lights are out on that iRacing.com pace truck, which means this time by we're going to get back to the boogie in Hot-Lanta. There goes the pace truck. Here we go. Strap grandma in, make sure she's got plenty of kernel-free popcorn.
Green, green,
About to
green.
blow the doors off this place. Green flag in the air. Those glorious V8s come roaring back to life. And the 13 on the outside lane sticks the launch. And we are rolling into turns 1 and 2.
That was probably the best restart on the outside I've seen so far tonight, as they are door to door coming down the backstretch here.
Beautiful start.
Yeah, the 13 actually going to clear the 16. Did have the option to drop down if he wanted to, and opted not to, as he got a really good position right outside of the 97 to Kevin Winker. But the inside
Still
line is
side
battling
by
back.
side.
Oh yeah, the inside
They
line
are.
is definitely battling back. They're not going to give it up without a fight, and I got a feeling, you know, that safety truck might be working its way up to the front of the field here, as he seems to be having a plan.
Whoa, did you see DJ Daniel? With that one, he just gripped it and sent it up to the outside. John Bon Jovi style, living on a prayer.
Yeah,
You can tell where
definitely
he
whipped
wanted
it
to
up
take
there.
that run.
He definitely whipped it up there and wasted no time getting up there. Like, I would be scared to send the truck that quick up the track, as I would be worried about spinning myself out. But DJ is the man. He knows what he is doing. You know, I call him the magic man sometimes, as he's able to avoid the situations that I definitely would not be able to avoid myself. Because we have one.
Tanner Mars saw something he didn't like as he got out of the preferred lane. Just hemorrhaged about 10, 11, 8, maybe 8 or 9 positions there. So I'm not sure if that was by design or just something he didn't like there. But he seems to be back up to speed. He's going in the right direction.
Yeah, a
Keep
couple of
our
these
eye
drivers,
on that just in case.
a couple of these drivers in the back of the field are kind of just hanging out and waiting to see if anything's going to happen here. Oh,
Wide there. Look at the 72 bob and wiggle.
look at DJ getting sit 3 wide as he fell back there for a moment.
Well, you know, if your drivers like Kyle Wellman, DJ Daniel, and even going to throw Kevin Winker into the conversation because he's done everything but win a race. A track like this, you're probably not going to get a lot of love from your fellow competitors.
Not quite sure what happened to our leader there, but he opted to go to the apron and drop towards the back. A lot of these drivers' spotty senses are tingling, as they might not be feeling. They might be feeling the
he
big
just-
ones coming.
I mean, he just took a blind leap of faith down to the flatlands there to get out of there. I wasn't sure what happened.
And McKellar and Winker kind of door begging on the straightaway there, as Winker decided to go up to the outside to try to get the lead. And these drivers are starting to heat things up, as we're starting to see a couple bold moves here, and a wiggle out of the 42 on the backstretch there. Not quite sure what happened with him, but he's able to fall back into the line, no issues. Oh,
Yeah, they were doing the jig there.
I'm not quite sure what's going on with the 87, but every time he gets into these corners, he is going really high up on the track. I don't know if that's something for momentum or not, but he might be lacking a little bit of grip out there.
Oh, that 87 is loose, especially there on corner entry. And it seems, just like you were saying, when he gets tucked up on somebody, that back of that truck starts to have a seizure.
Yeah, he's definitely willing it right now. You can tell as they're going through these corners, you see him slide up there and try to pull it back down. These drivers are really putting on a show at the moment as the 13 got a little loose coming off of 4 with the 42 on his bumper.
I don't know about you, Dakota, but I'm getting COT vibes right now back from the two-car tandem or two-car tango days. Watching these guys up here at the front put on a master draft class. Did you see that move by Wellman?
Oh yeah, that was very close.
Oh man!
If I'm Kevin Winker, I need to change the pins after that one because
I don't think he knows how close that was. Maybe he does. My attention.
That one caught me off guard. I'm not even going to lie. It's the 87 is going to drop up there behind the 42. Or, sorry about that, the 13.
I'll tell you what, his team owner's sitting back there in that 9th place position, Tanner Marr, in the 4 machine, watching these guys dice it up like that, and he is probably sweating bullets right now.
Probably hoping that they don't dice it up a little too hard, but these drivers are definitely doing a really good job of keeping the truck straight as they're making some bold moves pretty early into this race as we're coming to lap 44 this time. Still, not even halfway in the race.
Tim Tobridge. There's not to cut you off there. There's a name or guy we've talked about a lot on Thursday night, and he is back there outside of the top 10 in that 12th place position. Probably perhaps just buying his time, just waiting things out, being smart about it.
Oh yeah. One thing I will say about this league is I really love most of the paint schemes everyone runs in here. They're, they pop, they stand out. And that would be one of them there. As everything's kind of got single filed out in front here. Maybe these drivers are trying to save a little bit of fuel and trying to do a little bit of strategy here. Kyle Wellman has led almost every lap of this race, though, I believe. He's doing a really good job up there in the front. William Killer is going to be in P2, followed by Nicky Sneed in P3. Colt Curry is going to be in P4, and Brian Zimmerman rounding out your top 5. As they are all single filed out here.
Single file as they run right now. Chris, a.k.a. Megatron, runs in 6th, while up 17 positions since the drop of the green flag is the 97 piloted by Kevin Winker. Daniel Rupik in the 72, good for 16 spots since we went live here in that 8th place position. Tanner Marr resides in 9th, and DJ, Mr. Excitement Daniel, rounds out your top 10, Dakota.
Yeah, and a lot of these drivers are kind of dropped back to watch things play out here so they have plenty of time to avoid it if anything does happen. But it kind of seems like everyone has the same idea to calm things down and just single filed out. So I don't know how much the advantage that's going to play to some of these drivers here.
I know the field is thinned out a little bit since Daytona, but my God, has the racing quality really improved over the past couple weeks.
Oh yeah, these past few weeks has been some really good racing out of these guys, and I mean, I've enjoyed every minute of it, and I appreciate you bringing me in here to be able to even just watch it, let alone broadcast. This is probably one of the best leagues I do get to broadcast in.
I'm telling you, and people, you just got to remember, folks that watch at home, admins, drivers in these leagues, when it's new, you have a lot of great people coming together. Well, sometimes you don't get the end result you're looking for right off the bat. There's a lot of different personalities. Everyone has to learn how each other drives. You have to get that experience out there on the racetrack. There's no replacement for that. And I think now you're starting to see what this league could possibly be. And if it's anything like we saw last week or even right now, get your tickets because it's going to be a fun one.
Hey, you say the field thinned out. I mean, we still got 26 drivers in here. That's pretty good showing, especially to be like, we'll see, we are week 6 currently.
Two Lone Rangers on the top shelf of the racetrack. They're trying to get something going up there. I believe that's going to be the 13 of Tim Tobridge. Here he comes. Now he's on the move in the high lane. Getting good run there. Usually 2 trucks out. Oh! His drafting partner there is getting skinny up against the wall. That was probably unintended. And just like that, all that ground Tim Tobridge gained He's going to have to do it all over again, as they're starting to pick it up a little bit here towards the front, Dakota.
Yeah, I got a feeling we're going to be seeing some pit stops before too long, and people are trying to gain positions as well while they can. So, who would be your pick to win tonight, bud? As I didn't get to ask you when you first hopped in.
One more time, I'm sorry.
I said, who was your pick to win tonight, as I didn't get to ask you when you first hopped in?
Megatron.
Now, that would definitely be he would have a hell of a time with that one. I got a feeling.
You know, I felt like I killed him there the minute I was vibing him up or hyping him up a couple minutes ago, and then he had that massive incident on the racetrack. I thought he was schnookered, but that truck is alive and well, and he resides in that 4th place position. And before I do it again, I'm going to throw it back to you, Dakota.
Yeah, as our leaders are coming up on some lap traffic here, it appears they're going to be able to get around no problem, as the 8 truck is going to go high and just let them on by here. But for the most part, this has been some really good racing, but the 87 of Colt is really pushing Kyle and getting a gap between him and Brian Zimmerman here in that 28. Brian Zimmerman is going to have the option to suck up to him, you know, be a little bit of higher speed and possibly go around the outside.
Oh, watch out, Mark.
So.
Mark almost took it in the keister again there. He got out of the way just in time. You know, you bring up a good point here, Dakota, talking about the 87 of Colt. You know, if you want to lead here, you got to have a good partner in crime to keep you up there at the front of this thing 9 times out of 10. And that 87 is doing a heck of a job keeping Kyle Wellman large and in charge at the front of this thing. And don't look now, you got that EcoBoost F-150 inspired by that 28 Davey Allison car from back in the 90s. Brian Zimmerman now up to 3rd. You always got to keep your eye on that guy.
Yeah, and as I was saying before, you know, the 87 of Colt is pushing Wellman so good that, like, the 28 could potentially get a run here and go for a pass on the outside with the 3 truck if he really wanted to. But it seems like he's opting just to sit back there, chill, and save some fuel, so he might have a little bit of a different strategy going on. But that 87 is definitely doing a really good job of pushing that.
No, he's doing a really good job of pushing. I mean, this, you know, for those of you that say, oh, there's no skill in super speedway racing, or however they say it. No skills in super speedway racing. You are incorrect. I mean, just watch how the 87 is timing pushes to Wellman. He is getting off the corner as soon as they start to get that wheel back straight. That's when he's laying the bumper to him. He's not smashing him to the stratosphere. He's bringing that energy consistently to the 42. Able to do a great job transferring that momentum, and he is keeping Wellman just anchored at the front of this. Oh, that was the first time the 42 maybe got loose pretty much this whole stint. But as you mentioned, pit stops probably in the near future, and you can start to see why.
Yeah, these tires are definitely starting to wear down, as these drivers have got a good 30 laps on them now, I believe. And I believe Wellman didn't pit that last time by. I could be wrong, but I do believe he didn't pit that last time by.
Kyle Wellman last on pit road on lap 31.
Yeah, so he's got close to 30 laps on his tires at the moment, and they're definitely starting to wear down. And once they do, I mean, the middle of these corners and, you know, even just the quad oval, pushing on there, you can get very loose. And that brings up another point, you know. It does take a lot of skill to push at super speedways. And like, this is technically classified as a super speedway. It's not a full super speedway. You know, these corners are a lot tighter.
I think this is more challenging.
Yes, it is a lot more challenging. These corners are a lot tighter. You know, they still got the high banking, but it's not nearly as banked as like Daytona or Daytona.
I think we've seen the best this track has to offer yet. I think once it gets a little more patina on it, I think you might actually start to get 2 different races in one. And what I mean by that is when you have fresh tires on your truck, on your car, you're going to see more of a traditional plate race. But as this place, as it historically is done, just cheese grades the heck out of those Goodyears, I think you may see it kind of morph back to a old Atlanta, perhaps, towards the back of the run as the 87 throws it up there to the heavens and finds a hole to make it fit. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I was about to say something about that. The 87 caught a little bit of the apron, got flung up to the high side of the track, and just opted to stay up there as the 76 and the 8 was already up there. But holy cow, what a save! As I thought he was going around there, the way that truck got whipped up to the top side.
Wonder if he talked to Bobby Boucher and found out who that voodoo woman named Phyllis was, because that's about the second or third time he's pulled some Houdini stuff up here at the front of this thing.
Yeah, speaking of some Houdini stuff, I mean, that outside line with only 3 trucks is moving at the moment.
The yellow flag is out.
Yes, we do have a caution.
I'm confused.
Let's see. Let's go back here and see what happened. Alrighty. Let's put this in slow-mo. It's going to be Christian, the number 50, it looks like.
To the front.
Looks like the 17 just caught his right rear, and the 50 is just going to loop it on around there. And unfortunately, going to come back up and collect the 17 in the process, as he was unable to get his truck straightened back out going into the corner of these high banking. And
unfortunate there. And I'll tell you what, as these guys at the front of this piece were still racing fairly hard, they almost created an incident of their own. As that field now picks up that iRacing.com pace truck. First machine to the back of that safety car, the 87 of Colt Wellman. And I don't know if this is official or not. This could be just how they're catching the pace truck. Going to be the third one on the scene there, but it got dicey as we were covering, some of the incidents that just happened there to cause that yellow. They almost had a separate incident as the 87 now leads the charge down this very exotic pit lane entrance here at Echo Park.
yeah, and a couple of drivers are going to stay out here, try to get a lap back and a wave around, but most of the leaders are going to be bringing it down pits this time. The only two that are not in the pits is going to be William McKellar and Nicholas Moody at the moment. Oh, sorry about that. We got the 12 of Jamin staying out as well, and the 16 of Bailey staying out.
It almost feel Bailey was going to stay out there. He kind of likes doing the opposite of everyone else at times, and that works well for him. Where's Winker? There he is. 97 machine. Still looking showroom new out there thus far. That's always a good thing. You can always count on his fans to show up in the youtube.com live chat. I assume they're there, so I'm going to thank them for being here.
Oh, yeah, they
He's
are
gonna
saying Go Winker and Winker Nation in the chat, as they always do every week. They show up and support Kevin Winker.
Well, he is giving them a run for their money right now.
Oh, yeah. They're actually going to be taking over the lead after that pit stop, and DJ, up into P2, and they're going to be coming back down the pit road, possibly to get a little bit more fuel to make it to the end of this race here.
You stole the words right out of my mouth. Can they make it to the end from here? A lot of variables to decide if that can be obtainable or not. Obviously, coming back down here right now, a big part of it, there's Winker, there's DJ Daniel, as Dakota just mentioned. They're going to come down for a second helping here of Sunoco Racing Fuel to try to help those efforts should we go green.
And after that long green flag run we just had, I don't necessarily blame them for coming down a second time. Yeah, they're going to lose a few positions now, but if it does go green, that is definitely going to pay off in their favor.
100%.
Because it looks like Honeycutt is going to be taking over our lead. Daniel's going to be in P2, Colt P3, and Kyle in P4. Our top 5 is going to be rounded out by Chris here.
That's right. The broadcaster, the voice of the Cup Series this season. Want to thank him. He's been there every Friday night. You can count on him. Does a great job up in the booth as we get ready to close out the Cup Series this Friday night. DJ Daniel going to try to go 3 in a row over there on the Cup side of things. Not championship eligible, though, but he's going to try to end the season on a high mark as those lights go out on the pace truck. It's going to be the veteran, James L. Honeycutt, going up against the new guy, Daniel Rubeck Jr. They are up 12 and 22 spots respectively. Then you got the mean lean pushing machine in the 87 of Colt Cure. In third, Kyle Wellman, Megatron round out the top 5. Tanner Marr, Jason Raymond, Scotty Stevens, and Christian Marcel, the top 10 as we get ready to go back to green flag racing.
Yes, sir. 76 is going to be leading us to the restart zone this time. And I'm having a little bit of trouble speaking right now at the moment.
Green
And we're
flag,
going to be
green
green,
flag.
green. And that inside line is going to get a really good jump. James Honeycutt going to be able to pick whichever lane he so chooses, as the 87 is going to follow him on through and take over that second spot. The outside line is just fading back at the moment. The 28 of Brian Zimmerman is going to get a good run here and possibly be able to take over that third spot. And just like that, the outside line is dropping down to the inside and possibly looking to fuel save here. As we've seen a couple other of those drivers, you know, come down pits to potentially make it to the end of this race.
Tell you what, Megatron's looking really racy right now. You can tell the guys, like to your point, who wanted to get into that fuel save mode, that they really forced the issue down to the bottom. And here's the 87 trying to make a move on Honeycutt. He wasn't having anything up on the high side. Here comes the blockbuster machine. However, he's going to get split by, you guessed it, faked out by Kyle Wellman again. I can't tell you how many times I've seen him cook people with that move.
And just like that, a hole opened up for him to drop down to the bottom in P3. Like, that couldn't have been any better of a move right there.
I mean, he sold him hook, line, and sinker on that one. And he does it all the time. He gets, I mean, weekly competitors that are used to seeing him do it to bite on it all the time. It's incredible. That's how good he's at doing it.
Yes, the top two are pulling away here, and that potentially might not work out in their favor, as they got a whole pack of wolves behind them that might be wanting to take over that lead.
Only good thing for Honeycutt may be the guy that's behind him doing the pushing, because we know he can get the job done.
Oh yeah, he's been really good all night at giving some solid pushes here. Oh, we got a little bit of a battle back here for third, as the 72 of Daniel and the 74 of Tim are going to opt to go around Kyle Wellman for that third spot. And I'm not quite sure if Tim's going to be able to clear him, but he is. And he drops down to the bottom to go on the inside of Daniel here.
What a
and
move.
looking to gain 2 spots out of this ordeal.
Wow. He just did that by himself. You're not supposed to be able to do that.
He now has the help of the inside line of James Honeycutt and Colt. And while I was looking at that, we missed Colt passing James. That 72 spot.
Oh,
on the
easy.
outside. Ooh. James got a little bit of the apron there, it looked like. Came up and touched the 70s. Sorry. The 72 of Daniel.
Hey, I'm right there with you. I couldn't speak either. For some reason, I thought they were going to set it off there, and at the very last minute, Honeycutt yanked the wheel back, misjudged the distance between those two trucks, but hey, we're still under lean, mean, and green conditions.
And
Here's
Daniel,
the 13. Go ahead.
Daniel taking over the lead on the outside with no draft. I just want to say that these drivers are trying to save or something, or he just has a really fast hot rod at the moment. As you see the outside lane making a hard charge in that 8 truck, who I believe is a lap down, leading the group, Cummy Miller.
He is. He is a lap down leading the group. You want to know what the big dogs are doing right now? The guys that were up here at, throughout the course of this race, Kyle Wellman back there in that 8th place position. Megatron sitting there in 5th. Tanner Marr, 10th. DJ Daniel, 13th. You know what that tells me? We're trying to save that Sunoco racing fuel.
Yeah, but a couple of these drivers are expecting a caution and not really caring, as they're pushing really hard. And the one I would like to point out would be the 72 of Daniel, up 23 spots leading this race. And what a move he made on the outside earlier with no help to get through there.
That Coors Light truck is literally trying to tap the Rockies. It keeps going up there, hitting the wall, and I'm not quite sure why.
Yeah, does it look like we had someone else drop out of line? Not quite sure who that was, because I did miss the number there. And the 87 is going to be looking to get back around the 72. 72 lost a couple of positions trying to jump back to the outside and get back around. Colt Curry taking over a lead with William McKellar pushing him.
I mean, that was a power move, too, how he got it. No help, no problem. He pushed them out far enough where he basically just said, I'm going to take this myself. But then you see how much momentum they lost in that exchange and how if they didn't have that real estate to work with, they probably would have lost easily 10, 15 spots.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, I do want to say the draft matters a lot here, but a lot of these drivers proving me wrong at the moment as they're getting to the lead and not really having a lot of help doing so. Like, just look at this 13 truck getting such a good run on the outside and doesn't even have anyone locked on his bumper at the moment.
I don't even want to talk about the guy who's up to third right now.
Yeah, Megatron making his way back through the field here as he not have enough fuel saved. I thought he was going to send it 3 wide there for a minute as he looked like he was looking.
He was looking like it. I think he thought better of it. But it sure looked like he wanted to.
Oh, yeah. That 13 truck's going to fall back to the 72 here and get a little bit of help trying to get a charge on the outside to take over this lead here. And the 87 of Colt Curry following being pushed by Megatron himself. They were definitely making that inside lane work at the moment. Whoa, we had a big wiggle. That could have been a lot worse than it was. Oh, we only got about 24 laps to go, man. This race is about to start heating up a lot, I got a feeling.
Oh, if you thought it was spicy already, get ready. It's about to go nuclear.
Well, you've definitely seen a lot of bold moves early in this race, but as the laps are starting to wind down and these drivers get their, the fuel save that they're looking for, and that back pack starts to work together to catch up to this front pack here. It should be a very
I'm trying to get a Decepticon Transformer sound queued up here for when the 3 takes the lead. I'm trying.
I kind of want to hear it, so I hope you get it figured out. Whoa, hey, big movement.
Hey, since this is your show, I get to do some things I typically don't get to do right now, so I'm gonna have a little fun with it.
Oh.
How about William McKellar in the 13 machine? Where did he come from? This is one of the guys that 2 pit stops ago, he stayed out on old tires. He was hanging on for dear life around that 13th place position. Was able to hold on, and now look at him. He is back out there leading this piece with just about 20 laps to go. And the moral of the story, no matter who's leading, they have that 87 glued to him.
Yeah, that 87 has just been pushing anybody and everybody. He is not seeming like he's saving fuel at all, as he's constantly on the back bumper of somebody.
There's no way he's got chemistry with all these different guys out there. I mean, is it possible? Yes, but highly unlikely. This guy is just a beast.
Yes, we had a little bit of contact with the wall of somebody on the outside line there, and they fell backwards.
Yeah.
What?
I think he's trying to get some weight reduction off the passenger side of that. Only reason why I could be going up there that much, paying the fence a visit.
Hey, I'm just saying, iRacing, we don't have after-race inspections. So, take a tire off the thing. Run it with 3 tires. Just send it.
He just hit it again.
He's definitely trying to get a weight reduction up there from the looks of it.
There's something I'm missing here. Well,
that second pack is caught up with the front pack here. I think they're done fuel saving. They're trying to work their way up the field as we're starting to see a little bit more action on the outside lane, being led by that 8 truck of Trimmy Miller, who is currently a lap down, trying to get his lap back, and the 12 directly on his bumper.
Yeah, it's about to be the running of the bulls here soon. You can tell that drivers like DJ, Kyle Wellman there in 9th in that 10th place position. Tanner Marr up to 7th. Where's Kevin Winker? He is all the way back to 15th. He is okay. I was not aware that Kevin Winker fell off the face of the map here late in this one after having such a strong performance here. However, it's never over till it's over. Zimmerman's back there with him as well in that 16th place position. You send it back up to the front with you, Dakota.
Yeah, I keep just catching little glimpses of the outside line, you know, just barely kissing the wall in 1 and 2. I don't know what it is about 1 and 2, but it seems like they're lacking a little bit of grip, and I'm just seeing the spark shoot off the wall, man. It looks like 4th of July coming in 1 and 2.
Sparks are flying, that's for sure at times. I'll tell you what, Chummy Miller, even though he is, I believe, a lap down right now, he is racing his guts out in that 8 machine. That truck is wounded, it is battered, it is beaten. And he is trying his darndest to go up there and get it back the old-fashioned way right now.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, he's got some momentum coming.
Yeah, that's 12 truck of, I believe it's Jamin. Yeah, Jamin giving him a hell of a push on the outside there, as they have made contact with the wall a few times, but that outside line is starting to move their way forward. And the 8 truck might potentially be able to get up to the front of this thing and maybe get a late
line,
race
there's only
caution.
2 of them.
Hey,
These guys are just like, you know what? I know what history says. I don't care. We're going to write our own script here. DJ Daniel is trying to get up there with him. He probably couldn't believe it. He probably thought like me, they're going to just flop to the back. He saw them get the good skip boogie towards the front here, and he has got it pinned to the floor trying to get up there with him. DJ Daniel now joins the 2 trucks on the outside of the racetrack. That is now 3 going up against virtually every other driver in the competition running the bottom lane.
hey, I'm going to call an outside line when there's only 2 trucks up there if they're able to actually maintain speed and battle for a chance to take over the lead here, or potentially the 8 truck getting his lap back. And wow, DJ dropping right back down to the inside for that 4th spot. But this outside line has been... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
These outside trucks have just been working, you know, so well together that they really didn't lose a lot of momentum off of that. So we got 13 to go as we cross the line this time. Things are really about to start heating up, and with the potential caution, you know, looming at any time. What do you think are going through these drivers' minds at the moment?
Well, it depends on the driver. Oh my goodness, is Chummy just basically Ross Chastain turns 3 and 4. I don't know how he still has that much momentum. Getting back to your question, I think it all depends on the individual. You know, it depends on the mood, the mindset. If you're having a good race right now, if you're sitting where McKellar is, if you're where, or if you're a guy like Megatron, who necessarily hasn't had the best season thus far, and you're running this good, oh my God, your adrenaline's pumping, you're shaking, your legs are twitching, you are hyped up to the max right now. If you're some of these other guys, though, perhaps like James Honeycutt, Tanner Marr, the veterans, just trying to stay calm, trying to stay focused, keeping your guard up, waiting to see if there's going to be another big one to pop off, because you get all that experience. You know how these trends of the races go. And then you got that other class, the class that I just call Team Send It. And they're just going to be out there wide open, trying to find a way to the front, and it doesn't matter if they take anyone out with them. Lost my broadcast partner. I think he may be laughing a little bit right now, but
Oh,
that's
yeah, I was
okay. You got to
laughing.
have a little bit of
I-
Send It.
I didn't realize I muted for a moment, but I was saying cough, cough, DJ. As the top 3 are going to drop down to go to the pits here. Oh, interesting. They did not have enough fuel to make it, and Chris in that 3 truck is going to be taking over our lead, but DJ fighting on the outside to get around him here, and DJ is going to be in the perfect position for the 9 laps left of this race.
DJ Daniel, Mr. Exciting, going up against Megatron. And look at this. Who is down there all the way to the almost to the infield abyss if there was still an infield here.
That's Daniel dropping to go down to the pits here. Is a
No,
lot of them
Daniel's on the high side of the racetrack. He's in the
Daniel
96.
in the 72, sir.
Oh, first name Daniel. Got it. Oops.
Yeah,
That's my fault.
Chris in the 3, he's still leading, but doesn't really have a good push behind him. But he does have a lap car in front of him that he's able to draft off of. As the 17 is going to go down to the apron here and get out of the way, we got someone else coming down to the pits at the moment. And DJ Daniels is going to be taking over your race lead with only 7 to go as they cross the line this time.
DJ Daniels goes beast mode on the field and takes it back to the point. But the guy I got to talk about here is the driver of the main 3 machine.
Oh,
I mean,
we're having
this
some
guy
wiggles
has
on the
been
outside.
Oh, Tanner Marr takes a page out of the Coors Light Trucks playbook. A lot of sparks, a lot of shaving. He's still good.
Yeah, I believe that 12 of Jamin is trying to drop down to get into the pits here, and he just made a very bold move to get down there. That is for sure, as he cut from the top of the track down into the inside line. And it looks like the 4, Tanner Marr, is going to be able to pass DJ Daniels for the lead as we're coming into 1 and 2. And you know what time it is? 5 to go time as we get ready to cross the line this next time.
5 to go. Gentleman's handshake lap on the board here from Echo Park. Or Echo Park, excuse me.
And what kind of fuel did they put in that 4 car? Is he's put almost a full second gap on DJ Daniel in that 96.
It's called putting your foot through the floorboard. Tanner Marr has been saving a lot of fuel, and I don't think these guys, if they run it wide open, can make it the distance. But I think Tanner Marr saved enough. If we could go on board with that 4 machine, we could, we could get a pretty good indication if he is wide open or if he's still out there trying to save a little bit. But it doesn't look like he is.
With the 4, and he's currently sitting at 6,500 RPM, so I don't think he's. I think he might be all out, but I doubt it because he's only sitting around the under 7K RPM.
Oh, he is wide open right now. That's about all she's going to get by herself.
Oh, yeah,
as
for
he opens it up. Almost 3 seconds now over DJ Daniel.
Yeah, we're going to hop on board with DJ as a matter of fact. And DJ is currently sitting on only about 6,100 RPM. And you can hear him letting off in that truck as he's getting shoved from behind.
Yeah, this group of guys right here does not have enough go-go juice in the tank to just let it eat all the way to the finish. Tanner Marr, one of those guys that knows how to save Sunoco racing fuel. And just as I say that, he ducks down pit lane. What do I know?
Yeah, and here comes Jason, and I believe the 3 is going to stay out here and potentially take over our race lead with only 2 laps to go this time. Is he going to have enough fuel to make it?
I'm telling you, I will go absolutely berserk if Megatron wins this race.
I think we got a couple people out. I think we got a couple people out of fuel.
Oh, no. He's out of fuel.
Yeah, and I think that number 50 behind him is out of fuel as well. And you know who that's going to put in a good spot? Oh,
Kyle Wellman. Kyle Wellman, who is over 6 seconds back. He is still rolling. Megatron down for the count after a heck of a showing so far this season. Wellman now, Mr. Excitement, up to that second place position under power.
And I think the 50 is out of fuel.
The 50 is gone dry. This is like the Texas race in 2004.
50 is still rolling. I believe the 42 is out of fuel as well, as he's not really
Place
gaining
your
a
bets.
lot.
Wellman, he is sputtering in the 42. The Coors Light machine under power, but he is not currently on the same lap as Wellman. The 50 out of fuel.
Is he going to be able to make it to the start-finish line?
Who can coast faster than the other guy? Kyle Wellman Kyle Wellman's catching him. Wellman's going to get around him. Are you kidding me? Wellman
Oh,
snuck in the
wow.
back door and robbed him point blank in broad daylight.
Tanner going to bring it
Wellman's
home
gonna
in
get
third.
the win.
Christian in second. I'm sorry, I was flabbergasted. It took me a minute. Daniel going to bring it home in P4.
I thought Wellman was out of gas. That truck was.
Oh, hold on a minute. Let's go rewind and see what happened here.
What is Tanner Marr going to give his driver some love? I'm telling you, that guy in the 42 is too good to not win. Ugh.
Oh, I think he
swear to God,
coasted the lap before to save some fuel and kicked it back on.
That's smart. That was a smart move by Wellman to fake the other guy out, to bait him. And Tanner Marr is going to push him. That truck is empty. It is gone, but it don't matter because he was able to roll past, not race past, roll past Christian as he were coming to the live and just steal one from him.
What a way to win that. Like, literally coasted a full lap, kicked it on the backstretch, got a boost, and came around him.
That was savage. That was the first time I think I ever called the race where it was who could coast faster to the line than the other guy.
Alrighty here. So we're gonna rewind for a minute because I don't have no fancy gadgets or widgets, and then
Gotta
we're gonna
widen
put
this
this
back.
in.
This is wild. You don't see a lot of races end like this, that's for sure.
Sorry about that. All right. Anyways, we're coming down to the front stretch here. Boom. All right, we'll slow this down. And we're gonna go over our race results real quick while we're sitting here watching this.
Go ahead and take care of that for you. As we just mentioned moments ago, Kyle Wellman gonna go into the bag of tricks here, fake like he was out of fuel, but saved a little bit and able to creep past Christian, who thought he had his first win on lock. And Kyle Wellman said, not today, as he steals it back from him literally a couple feet from the start finish line. He's your winner. Marcel going to get credited with a second place finish, gained 19 spots on the racetrack. Kyle Wellman's partner in crime, HMFIC, another strong run for Tanner Marr, going to come home with a podium in third. Well, Daniel in the 72, the other Daniel, up 20 spots in fourth. The lean, mean, pushing machine, Colt in the 87 is going to get himself a top five. DJ Daniel was exciting to watch, just didn't have enough juice in the tank, going to be good for that sixth place position, while the 49 of Jason Raymond comes home seventh. Scotty Oddie Stevens going to reside in eighth, while James Honeycutt going to round out your top nine, while Winker Nation comes home in 10th. Brian Zimmerman in the 28, he was all over the track, literally the front, the back, you name it, ultimately going to end in that 11th place position, while Nicholas Moody in the 60s entry going to come home 12th. Megatron, I thought he had it tonight. The fuel game was not on his side, but nonetheless, heck of a run for him to turn his season around. Didn't get the result he was looking for, but hey, he put on a show, and that's what counts. At 13th place position, William McKellar, the fourth, going to come home 14th, while Bailey going to round out your top 15. Thomas Stevens, Jamin in the 12, going to come home 17th. Tim Tobridge, 18th. Shummy Miller, 19th. Larry Bell runs out your top 20, while the world's greatest race control, Tom Frieda, is going to come home 21st. The one of Steven Johnson, not the run he was looking for, 22nd. Alan Dobbs, an early exit for him, a rare early exit in 23rd. Hunter Lagunas, a.k.a. Bubbles, 24th. 25th belongs to myself, now up here in the booth. And Ronnie, one of my favorite Morrisons, 26, as those were the guys that took the initial green flag here tonight, Dakota.
Yeah, and what a race it was. That was a very interesting finish. I don't think I've ever seen a finish like that since I've been broadcasting, but it might not have been a fast and close finish, but it sure was a very interesting one.
That was wild. I mean, that race, it was so action-packed up front. I mean, these guys were dropping it in holes That reminded me of the 90s with that commercial with Michael Jordan and Larry Bird off the backboard, off the Skyline Tower, through the hoop, nothing but net. It's like, how are these guys going to know there's just going to happen to be a big enough spot there at this point in time to just slide into? I mean, DJ was doing it. Kyle Wellman, I mean, up front, it was fantastic, all out racing. They weren't wadding up trucks. That's about as good as it gets here. And I don't think we could ask for a better show than that.
Yeah, you ready to do some driver interviews, buddy? I believe we are missing you, but we can go ahead and drag our P3 with Tanner Marr in here for his interview. How's it going, Tanner? It's Dakota and Matt up in the booth. You got a copy?
It's going good, brother. I can't complain.
What an interesting finish to that race, and congratulations on your P3. What do you think about that finish there?
That was wild, man. So we saved fuel the final like 25 laps, and I'll be honest, I just got tired of doing it, and I was like, okay, I'm going. Screw this, and ended up taking the lead doing it while they were all saving. And I'll be honest, I thought I kind of screwed myself, but then when I came off pit road, I noticed I was still third. I was like, oh wait, I guess a lot of people couldn't make it, but man, oh man, I was just tired of riding around here half, 3/4 throttle. So I said, screw it, I'm going, and I'm glad I did because I got third for it. But I was never gonna be able to save the fuel and make it like Christian and Kyle ended up doing.
Fair enough. There was a lot of interesting moves throughout the race. If you had to pick one that you could think of, they're like, what would you say would probably be your favorite that you did?
Taking it down low and letting the field pass me because man, oh man, it was freaking crazy up near the front. Normally at the super speedway, even though I know Atlanta's not super speedway, but it races like one. Normally being out front is the safe spot, right? Nobody out your windshield, but no sir, not here tonight. If you was in the top 5, you was in the danger zone. So my favorite move of the night was just going down low and telling them boys to pass me on by.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, as there was a lot of bold moves going on at the front. Matt, you got any questions for Tanner?
Man, where could I start? Tanner, another race, another giant leap forward in the racing out there. My God, tonight was it exciting. These guys put on a show. Kyle Wellman and those boys, they were dropping it in holes I didn't think existed until they got there. And it was just incredible to watch. Solid effort from, everyone on the field. I know you've been working hard behind the scenes along with the admins to get this racing to where you think it should be. And I think this past 2 weeks now, we're starting to see what this group is capable of. And my God, get the popcorn ready because they're just starting to hit stride. So congratulations on that. Let's shift back to the racing. I don't think I've ever called a race before where the winner was determined if they packed their axles with synthetic grease or not. That way, I mean, the amount of coasting going on there. Did your boy Kyle pull the okie doke on him? Because I swear to God, he ran out of gas, or at least it seemed he did. Did he bait the leader into running out and then he saved a little and got him at the end?
So I think Kyle was actually, and you can ask him when he gets there, but just from the voice comms in the Discord, he was short. He wasn't making it. And then at one point he said, I think I'm good. And then, I mean, I guess from what he said he started sputtering entering turn 3. So he wasn't even actually sure if he was going to make it himself. So I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. Matt, I'll tell you, I was hoping with about 15 to go, and I finally said, screw it, I'm going. I was hoping I forced everybody's hand just to say, okay, let's race. Take the gloves off and let's race. But they stay committed there. They stay committed. They stay disciplined to their strategy. And, I mean, hats off to them. But I do want to touch on something. The racing has been getting cleaner, right? It's still not where we want it to be, absolutely. But I want to send a huge shout out to you and Dakota for sticking with us here because those first three to 4 weeks was brutal. I mean, I was staying up on every Thursday night racking my brain. What the hell can we do to stop this? But I'm excited that we're finally trending in the right direction. So hats off to y'all. Thank y'all for sticking with us. And man, I'm glad to hear your voice. I thought you had to work tonight, so super glad and pumped to hear your voice.
Oh, we did. We got in the door at 8:59, and I thought I was going to be slick and tried to slide it out there on the racetrack, no prep, and that didn't work. So here we are up. Here we are up here in the booth. But back to your point, a lot of those guys did stay disciplined. Some other of them bid on it, and I don't think if they did, maybe they could have made it to the end. But that was just a wild race, exciting finish. And then, to your point, if you go back a couple weeks ago, there's a lot of great talent that makes up the matrix of this series. And if you look at it just on paper, you look at the I rating, and you automatically sometimes say, well, okay, look, if this guy's a 3,500, there's a 4,000, there's a 55, here's a 27. Sometimes you automatically think, well, hey, this bunch of guys should go out there and run 150 laps, no problem, caution free. And then you turn them loose, and it's the complete opposite. I think sometimes we forget that we are all unique, especially a new group of drivers here, and it takes a while to get that chemistry,
Absolutely.
to learn how we evolve and do business out on the racetrack. It takes a little bit of time for that to happen, and I think you're starting to see that mature, and you're getting that experience now, and I think that's also weighs in on the drastic improvement that we've seen out there on the racetrack. It's been a lot of fun, especially these past 2 weeks up here in the booth. We're happy to be here, and I know you're working hard up there, Tanner. But for right now, man, enjoy this P3. You got yourself a podium, buddy.
Another podium, 2 weeks in a row. So we won last week at Bristol, capped off with a podium. We'll see if we can maybe be talking to y'all again next week.
And
How about, did you see Megatron out there? Did you see that, man? I
How
thought
could
he
you
was going
not
to win that
see?
race.
My goodness, he was he
I
was the
thought-
show for the most part, wasn't he?
Dude, he was lit tonight. I thought he was going to win the race, and he was my pick until the fuel strategy came up and bit him. But my God, he was vibing out there tonight. Good to see from him too.
He was. Well, thank y'all, boys, and we'll be hopefully talking to y'all next week. Hey, we're going dirty next week. We're going to Eldora, for crying out loud. So we'll see how that goes. Well, thank y'all, Matt. Thank you, Dakota, for coming in and being on the call tonight for us, buddy.
yep, no problem.
Absolutely.
You have a good night, brother.
Well, how about that? The HMFIC of Thursday Night Thunder, Tanner Marr, and I know he has been working vigorously hard behind the scenes trying to get this ship righted. And my God, has he done that? Going to enjoy a second place or a third place finish here tonight. Dakota, back to you, buddy.
Yeah, I don't believe we're going to be able to interview our second place finisher, but I would like to go ahead and say congratulations to him. I hope he enjoyed his races. That was a hell of a finish there, and I really thought he might have had it. But we're going to pull in our first place of Kyle Wellman and interview him right quick. What's up, Kyle? This is Dakota. Matt up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. Now, before I ask you too many questions, first thing I gotta say is I thought you did a bait and switch there because it looked like you was out of fuel, and then all of a sudden the truck came back to life, and you're winning the race. So walk us through that real quick.
So, I just wanted to start fuel saving right as I left my pit box on that final pit. And I was saving for a while. At one point, I was about 2.2 laps short. Was saving, realized I wasn't saving enough, so I backed out of the pack and was pretty much all on my own, just cruising at about 120 mile an hour. Everyone started pitting, but I see Christian up there. He's about 6 seconds ahead. I'm like, all right, well, maybe he's going to win, so let's just stick it in neutral, shut the truck off, and come home second or third. And all of a sudden, I just see that relative dropping. He went from 6 seconds down to 3. I'm like, all right. Turned the truck back on, popped it into third, going into turn 3, and just gunned it. And managed to pass him coming out of turn 4, and it was sputtering coming out of 4.
What a wild way to do that, because I honest to God thought you had ran out of fuel the lap before, and it paid off that you did just throw that thing in neutral and cut it off for a little bit as it got you a win tonight.
The way that he did it, it was like a scene out of the Fast and the Furious. Monica, he's doing it there, basically coming to the line. And I made the comment earlier. This is the first race I called where the winner was determined by who packed their axles with synthetic grease versus the regular stuff, because everyone was just rolling, ghosting everywhere. It was wild.
I think we put in a little bit of that Lucas Oil fuel injector cleaner on that last stop too. Cleaned out the pistons and got a little bit of extra fluid out of them.
Yeah, I think instead of the Monica, we'll have to get that one to P2, and for P1, we'll have to do Too Soon Junior. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Too soon.
We'll see if we can... There you go. But hey, Kyle, nonetheless, wins, we'll take them any way we can get them. A win is a win is a win. But I got to tell you, man, I don't think the 50 had any idea that you had fired that engine back up because he was probably just as stunned as I was.
I don't think Nicholas Moody had an idea either because he was catching me quick, and all of a sudden I started pulling, and then coming out of forward, he came up on me and Christian at the same time and almost took me out.
It got really exciting there at the end. But the momentum, right? Obviously, wins bring momentum. Obviously, your team owner there helping you get to victory lane or at least back to the
Okay.
start finish line. I know he does a lot for you guys and your team. What does this do for the team morale, and does it just help you? Just keep carrying, keep fighting, keep charging week after week after week.
I think it does, but also our team has always been really good at helping each other at super speedways, and I think super speedways is where we really prevail all the time. Me, Zimmy, Tanner's won a bunch of these super speedway races lately. And then we got Raymond. He's always helping. Scotty Stevens and his cousin Thomas. We've all worked together pretty well. Larry Bell, can't forget Larry. But
Definitely. And it always seems like if one of you guys has a bad night or a bad day, one of your other teammates always seems to pick the slack up and rises to the occasion, if you will. And you're very right. You have a strong team, great group of individuals over there. Before we cut you loose, who do you want to thank, man? The floor is yours.
I also had a lot of confidence coming in here. The new Atlanta is my winningest track in leagues, especially in the trucks. I think I have 4 in the trucks, 2 in the cup cars. So a lot of confidence there. But we got to thank Tripods in the Wild, my photography company. You can find us on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. We got Five Kings Motorsports, all of them over there. Tanner, the owner, helping us out, putting on this league, also doing a great job, keeping numbers up, keeping people in line, getting some good racing going on. I thought tonight would be a disaster just because it's Atlanta, but it was actually pretty good. You guys up in the booth, putting on the show. Metler getting here after work late, but still putting on his suit and tie, if you could say. And then we got USA Firearms. Man, I used to have a list. EPI giving us setups. Hopefully we can get a setup good enough to win the Front Row Cup Series Championship tomorrow in the Final Four.
That's
You
a great
said
point.
said suit
Go
and
ahead,
tie, but I imagine Matt'd be sitting in some boxer briefs with a beer in his hand. The way he be calling these races, he does such a good job. He's just so relaxed and calm.
No, definitely not. If I did, you would know, trust me. But I appreciate it. Probably wouldn't be suitable for broadcasting if that was the case. But I'll tell you what, Kyle, you have won one of the most uniquely thrilling races I have ever witnessed here at this reconfigured new Hot-Lanta Echo Park. Congratulations on this one, man. We look forward to watching you compete. Well, your team compete tomorrow night in the finale. I was talking about this race earlier on the broadcast. Since we got you in the booth, who's your pick to win tomorrow?
Hopefully me.
There you go.
Hey,
See,
I'm one of the
finally.
Final Four. Just hopefully we got a setup that can compete. I know Garrett Wiles always has a good setup, but he's also
Yep.
really good at Phoenix. That's probably his best track, and I think he's won 2 of the last 3. So.
But Garrett always takes a race car to the face, though.
Not always.
I'm
But,
just-
but we also got Tom Friedis in the Final Four and Chris Carroll. Chris Carroll could put a whooping on us too. So we're just
Any of you guys, go ahead.
I'm hoping I get one. This is going to be my last year in the Front Row Cup Series. I'm retiring. I've been in the last 4 straight Final Fours and come up short every single one. So hopefully we can put that to rest and end on a good note.
Well, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. A man that's not afraid to bet on himself. Perhaps just signed his fate right here with tonight's win to carry that momentum over to tomorrow. Make sure you tune in to Front Row Broadcasting, Esports Broadcasting, to watch Kyle Wellman and the other stars go at it one more time from Phoenix. And just might be this man in victory lane holding the trophy when all is said and done. Kyle, thanks for joining us up here in the booth. Great job out there on the racetrack, and hopefully we see you in victory lane in Phoenix when all is said and done.
Yeah, I think I might black out tomorrow's car too. I took this one, blacked it out for tonight. It's originally green, orange, and white. Blacked it out. Maybe we'll do that for tomorrow's race too.
Hey, man, if it's working for you, you got to stick with it, right?
Yep.
All right, we'll catch you next time. Thank you for joining us up here in the Tony Trapassa Memorial Broadcast Booth. Dakota, man, heck of a job tonight. You did awesome. Your first ever solo production, man.
I
Well
can't
done.
say
I hope you
solo. You
enjoyed
did
it.
hop in here, but
Hey, dude, you look it. You soloed it all by yourself all the way until I brought it back down on pit road, and you still had the controls the entire time. That you did a heck of a job, man. Don't sell yourself short. But final thoughts here. Have you ever seen just a race just shift like that from just this juggernaut battle at the front? You just who could go all out harder, and all of a sudden it's like a downhill derby race to close the thing out.
yeah, and then just the strategy from our winner to just kick the car off one lap sooner and just have that little extra oomph. That was I would have never thought of that. If I'd have been if I'd have been the one that got passed for the win there, I don't know what I'd do. I'd be very upset for a moment, and like my thought process would be all over the place. But nonetheless, heck of a job from all these drivers. As it was a very good show early. We seen some very bold moves, not a lot of wrecks or anything. And I mean, like we were seeing people just go from the inside directly almost to the wall, just throwing the truck up there and not causing a single issue. Like I'm talking millimeters. You couldn't fit a piece of paper between the two trucks. So one hell of a race and one hell of a show by these drivers tonight.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Want to thank you all for joining us to run it, drive, and coast it to the line 500 here at Echo Park. Redline Racing Network, the place. Want to thank Dakota for leading the charge here tonight. And as always, all of the partner sponsors, league admins, and drivers for everything that they do behind the scenes to make this league and production possible. And as the late, great Tony Trapasso used to say, as you walk down the road of life this week, do us all a favor. Don't play in traffic, and we'll see you next time right here on